Very good. Welcome to all of you. Thanks for tuning in with IEEE Region 10. This is Saaveethya Sivakumar, the Region 10 Young Professionals Committee Chair. Today, we are going to have a very interesting interview session. IEEE Region 10 Information Management Committee has come up with this new initiative where we'll be having a series of interviews with respect to addressing questions and comments from our local organizational units. As such, I'm really happy to conduct the first interview session with respect to the Young Professional Affinity Group questions and comments. And today we are interviewing none other than the Region 10 Director, Deepak Mathur, sir. And hi, Deepak, sir, how are you doing?
Hi, Saaveethya, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, Deepak, sir. Before we move on to our questions, would you like to say some comments?
Thank you, Saaveethya. Thank you very much. And in fact, it is a thoughtful initiative and a very good way to have a connect with our members. So I must thank the committee who got this idea and thought that we should interview the committees and we should come out with the questions from sections. So that is the very good way you are doing that. But before we proceed further, I have a concern, and I would like to share with you all that we are passing through a very difficult time, and hope that our members and their families are doing well, keeping safe and healthy. And I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere concern to our members and their families who have been affected during this crisis. And I would like to urge every member to take all precautions and follow safety protocols on COVID-19. And I also request you all to adhere to the guidelines issued by your local authorities. And as you know that IEEE has dedicated resources on COVID-19, and all members are encouraged to utilize those resources for their knowledge and also for their technical and professional development. So this is just I wanted to share before you start questioning me, Saaveethya.
Thank you, Deepak, sir, for the kind words and your time joining with us today. And I would also like to thank Nia and team, our IEEE Region 10 Information Management Committee, for all the preparations. And also many thanks for all our YP, AG officers and representatives for sending their questions to us. We had received immense number of questions, and we have shortlisted the top 5 questions today to ask Deepak, sir. Moving on with question number 1 from Japan Council. The question is, do you have any solution to contact or share information with each YP members of each country? I am thinking about how to communicate with each YP affinity group. I would like to provide good opportunity to them as Japan Council YP coordinator.
Thank you, Saaveethya. My YP volunteers all across Region 10, they are doing wonderful job, and they are always concerned about that, how to reach people and how to connect with members and volunteers. So that is very good. And the answer to this question is yes, you have Region 10 YP committee chair. As everybody knows that you are our Region 10 YP committee chair, and they can contact you, and you are a kind of the interface between members and volunteers. You can our members and our volunteers all across Region 10 can contact our YP committee chair to get connected to YP volunteers and members of Region 10. And there are various ways to get connected. If you want to share some announcements, you can use the e-notice, but you have to go through the YP chair, because the accessibility to e-notice is through her only. You can reach out to members using our social media channels. You can also use Region 10 newsletter to share your activities in the form of articles. So there are so many ways to get connected with the members all across Region 10, not only all across Region 10, all across IEEE, but yes, you have to get connected with our YP chair.
Thank you, Deepak, sir. I also agree with you. If you have any questions or if you need any support to reach out to the other section YPAG officers, please feel free to contact me or the Region 10 Young Professionals Committee. In addition to that, if you are a recorded officer in IEEE V tools, you can access the IEEE rosters to get the contact details of other section YPAG officers so that you can directly contact them and collaborate. Having said that, moving on to our question number 2 from Rajasthan subsection. We want to form IEEE YP affinity group in Rajasthan subsection, but we are unable to form it in Rajasthan subsection. It is by default considering Delhi section and requires endorsement from Delhi section. Please help me to resolve this problem. Thanks.
Saaveethya, the question is really very, very good because our members, they want to grow and they want to create more organizational units, and really very happy to see that. But the YP affinity group can only be formed in a section. So there is no provision of having YP in a subsection, but YP of subsection are always part of section YP affinity group. So it is highly encouraged to buy a section YP affinity group to be diversified in their committee structure, and subsection members can be in the section YP affinity group subcommittees, and even in the executive committees, they can be part of organizing team of events. Some event locations could also be as per the convenience of subsection members. This can be mutually decided, and IEEE provides you flexibility in committee structure and event location to include volunteers from various parts of section and encourages to have diversified structure. So we need to be diversified, and I would like to request sections to include subsection members in their committees from the subsections.
That's well said, Deepak sir, that subsections are not allowed to form the YPAGs, and involving subsection members in the YPAG committee will definitely be the right way forward. So thanks a lot, Deepak sir. And moving into question number 3 from Sri Lanka section. We appreciate these kind of sessions which connects organizational units together for an impactful output and creating awareness. How YP affinity groups could contribute to IEEE Region 10 events and long-term plans.
Saaveethya, YPs are already contributing in big way, and Sri Lanka YPs are really very, very, very active. And I'm very happy to see that Region 10 YPs are innovative and creative in their approach. And during this challenging time, if you all see that, when everything became virtual, our Region 10 volunteers took lead and came out with many types of value-added programs for engaging members. So be it workshop, be it conference, be it meetings, all were very efficiently converted into virtual format. So we all were so pleased to see Region 10 SYWL Congress successfully happening in virtual mode. So that was a great example all across the IEEE. So this time Region 10 provided opportunity to a large number of volunteers in its committees at region level. And I'm happy to note that many of our volunteers are part of that committee and contributing immensely. So Region 10 encourages you to come out with your ideas of activities, and if you have any innovative or new idea, please share with your YP chair, Saaveethya, or you can also write to me, and we would be happy to consider that.
Thanks a lot, Deepak sir, and thanks for your kind words and appreciation for young professional members in Region 10. And on behalf of the entire YP community, I would like to thank you for giving a lot of opportunities for our young members to volunteer within the IEEE Region 10 subcommittees. Thanks a lot, Deepak sir. And in order to add on a few points, if you're considering to plan activities in your YPAG, I would strongly suggest for you to go through our trust areas of IEEE Region 10 and objectives of Region 10 YP. You can get all this information in our IEEE Region 10 website. And some examples of areas that you can look into is the student to young professional transitions and collaborations with industry in your local section to really bring out meaningful programs to really benefit your local YP members. So moving into question number 4 from Madras section, how does IEEE help professionals in manufacturing sectors?
So not only in manufacturing sector, in almost all sectors, IEEE has presence. And you all know that IEEE has got 39 technical societies and 7 technical councils that provide benefits to members with a specialized field of interest. And you have it, but you have to discover which society or which societies best match your technical interest. So, and as far as the manufacturing sector is concerned, or any other sector is concerned, which is related to industry, Region 10 is having Industry Relation Committee that primarily works on industry engagement. And one of our thrust area of Region 10 is entrepreneurship. Under these, we can organize programs in which our members are interested, because our programs are member-centric. And this can be done at section level, chapter level, or region level, or any organizational unit level. But IEEE has technical resources in the form of distinguished lecture programs. You have to find that suiting to your requirement, and depending upon the interest of the members, we can organize programs, workshops, and seminars. But yes, we need initiative leaders. So to Madras Section Volunteer, I would like to say that this is IEEE has got a lot of resources. You have to work on that, and you have to take those resources to your advantage. Yes, of course, you have to do a bit of exercise for that, and all resources will be for you.
Rightly said, Deepak sir. Involving in technical societies through IEEE really helps our members to be technically current, and for not only limited to manufacturing, but in all areas of technical applications. So moving on to question number 5 from Beijing section. There are many local technical communities which can provide networking and information sharing. What is the biggest benefit for joining IEEE Young Professionals, especially for engineer in the enterprises?
So the answer is in the question only. As your local society provides you local perspective, IEEE gives you a global perspective. So IEEE is world's largest technical and professional society, advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. And YP members of IEEE has many opportunities to get connected to YP across the world. You can share your work with your peers all across the world, and participate in global activities, and get a opportunity to take part in IEEE's global award and recognition program. So there are many benefits which you can get at international level from the IEEE.
Very well said, Deepak sir. IEEE is truly a global community, and getting connected with this global network, learn from the global professionals and applying it to the local community is the biggest benefit from IEEE. So with this, we are done with our 5 questions, but I have one small advice from Deepak sir to ask for our young professional members in Region 10. What do you want to say, sir? Your piece of advice for all YP leaders.
Saaveethya, I am very happy with the Region 10 YPs. They are doing wonderful job. They are initiative taker. They are very creative, and they are organizing value-added programs. And I have seen the initiative Region 10 is taking, the initiative being taken by our YPs in sections. That is really remarkable. My only advice to you all is that let us be collaborative. When I say collaborative, then you have to be collaborative with activities. Suppose if you are YP, but you have to collaborate with student activities, professional activities, industry relation. These are very important. When you collaborate with them, then you really reap the benefit of IEEE, which is coming from various societies. And I know that you are team player, and that is the really leadership quality. And our YPs, I have seen, especially as I mentioned before, that SYWL Congress, they exhibited very good leadership skill, and they organized the event in a wonderful way. So I would just like to give one piece of advice, that you should decide takeaway from each and every event, and that takeaway should benefit you or should be advantageous to your technical and professional growth in your career.
Thank you, Deepak sir, for the wise words and for joining in today and addressing our questions from YP members. And dear all, you can, if you have further questions, you can reach to Region 10 Young Professionals. Please write out an email or stay up to date with our Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram pages, and also our website has all our upcoming activity information. Once again, thank you all. Thank Nia and team for all the preparations, and see you all in a similar event. Thanks again. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Saaveethya. Thank you very much. Yes.